Oh, wrong. Okay, that's better. Hi, I'm Bjorn. Welcome to the BookLab. This is gonna be a slightly different video. Talking a little bit about who I am and do some Q&A. I'm doing renovations at home. I live up there. So I thought, let's try to make something more like a vlog, answer some questions. And also, I don't really present who I am, why I'm reading, why I'm sharing all these books on the channel. So I thought I might do it in more of a casual format like this. Well, my name is Bjorn. I live here in Farsta. I have a wife, 2 kids. Oh, look at this thing. I started to read about 7 years ago because I found myself in a rut. I had come to a place in life where I realized that my life strategy really didn't work. And there's this saying by Eckhart Tolle: the only thing that is worse than not getting what you want is getting what you want. Because when you don't get it, at least there's hope. Kind of a weird saying, but follow me with this one. Just like most people, I had a period in life when I didn't know what to do. I didn't know what my purpose would be, or haven't found any meaningful work, right? And at some point I set track towards something that I thought, yes, this would be really fulfilling. If I do this and get this profession, get this job in life, I would be good, right? I would be set. I would have achieved my dreams. The problem was that I actually made this dream come true. Afterwards, I woke up as usual in my bed and felt like the same piece of shit as before that. I changed my external circumstances, but my internal circumstances was the same. It didn't work. It didn't work that way to set a goal, fulfill it. It might change the external circumstances, but not the internal. I needed to update my mindset, and that's when books came in, because I felt like, holy shit, if this doesn't work and this was my best plan, then what will do? So I started to read a lot, learn about philosophy, psychology. I read a lot of the common personal development stuff that most people read when they start out. Got into more deeper stuff, the philosophical stuff, history, biographies, learning from people that I admire. Learning about human psychology was also a big one, of course. So what does this have to do with BookLab and what I'm doing here? Well, actually, the whole BookLab thing started out as poor Bjorn's notes to self on Instagram. I was sharing, because I was taking notes as I read, right? Because one great way to increase your retention is to take notes and write down in your own words what you have learned. So I did that. So I had summaries of all these books that I read. I read like 50. One year I even read 80 books in 1 year, and I wrote summaries for each of them just for making the knowledge my own. So I started to share these on Instagram, and I soon realized that there's a whole community of readers down there. And I started to get some followers. I started to interact with people, and for the coming years they just continued, and it turned into this page where people could come and get great book recommendations, meet like-minded people, have nuanced discussions on the internet, something that is quite rare. How I ended up on YouTube is a different story. It actually started with me overcoming one of my fears, my fear of public speaking. It's one of those things that I felt was quite limiting, and also because I try to read and learn a lot. If I can't communicate it to others, and that usually entails talking in front of people and being a good communicator, then what's the purpose, right? If I read 1,000 books and I can't communicate that knowledge to someone else, then it's worth it. So I went to Toastmasters. This is the speaking club where you learn rhetoric and just talking in front of people, and you get feedback and you improve, that sort of thing. So it was a natural step when the pandemic came to continue that practice, to do videos, and YouTube is great for that. So each week I've been putting out content, book reviews on YouTube, and practice my public speaking skills, but also sharing with people around the world, like the joy of reading and what great books can give you in terms of value, because they really changed my life. That's the point of the story. I had a life strategy that didn't work. Start read books, implementing everything that I learned, improving my mindset, understanding psychology, myself, other people, and it really had made a difference in my life. My baseline happiness is now bigger. I feel less limited in my mindset. My comfort zone is expanded. So it's been really helpful, and now I try to inspire other people to pick up a book, learn something new, and expand as a human. At Kamsahura here on Twitter is asking, what's the most difficult book you've read? It's a tricky one. Depends what you mean with difficult. One of the hardest books that I've trying to get through has been Aristotle's The Metaphysics. It's extremely boring and tedious. I was actually surprised because I've read some of the Greeks, especially the Stoics, and they're very straightforward. It's much easier to take in than I expected. Then I read Aristotle and I was like, this is just so boring. So I guess my answer is Aristotle, The Metaphysics. The most thought-provoking book this year, I can't say like in forever, it's hard to come up with, but this year has been Stray Dogs by John Gray. That book hit me like a boxing glove in the face. It's about how humans are simply not special. We're just like other animals. I would love to know in the comments how you started reading and why. That would be super interesting to hear. So please share that with us. I'm back next week with more book reviews. See you in a bit. Bjorn out.